Hey there, guys. Welcome back to another week of cyber history. So, this week we're going to be focused on the atomic bombings in the Pacific against Japan. A couple of things about the war against Japan, just to point out. As we moved closer and closer, as we island hop, which was our strategy, General MacArthur, who was in charge of the Allied forces in the Pacific, as we moved closer and closer through our island hopping campaign and got closer and closer to Japan, the fighting got more ferocious with each passing island. It culminates with the islands of Iwo Jima and Okinawa. Iwo Jima is where the famous flag raising is from, the photo of the flag raising, which I'm sure we've all seen, which is today our World War II memorial statue, which can be seen at Arlington National Cemetery. Sorry. But at Iwo Jima, it's only a 7.5 square mile island, and the fighting goes on for about a month and a half in February of 1945. Shortly thereafter, the Japanese still won't surrender, and therefore we decide to drop napalm bombings on cities around Japan, including Tokyo, to the tune of about 80,000 Japanese that lose their lives, and trying to get the Japanese emperor and military commanders to surrender, which they refused. So we then go into shortly thereafter that Okinawa, which is in June of 1945. FDR had passed away in April of 1945, and Truman takes over. Okinawa is the last main island before mainland Japan. And the numbers are staggering. About 110,000 Japanese die in that battle. Again, a lot of that is due to the Japanese cultural aspect of the Bushido Code, which was a holdover from the samurai warrior culture, which basically said surrender is worse than death, and soldiers would be ostracized if they came home after surrendering. So Japanese soldiers would fight to the death, which is why the numbers are so high. After the victory in Okinawa, Truman has to make a decision whether to invade mainland Japan, which would cause high amounts of casualties, or use the new atomic weapons. He learned we had our first successful test of the atomic bomb in mid-July in Alamogordo, New Mexico, in the desert. And Truman learns of this and makes the decision to drop the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The first atomic bomb outright killed about 75 to 80,000 Japanese civilians. And then ultimately probably led an estimate of about 140,000 Japanese deaths. The Japanese emperor still did not surrender. So 3 days later, on August 9th of 1949, Truman decides to drop the second atomic bomb on Nagasaki, where similar casualty rates occurred. Um, Within a few weeks, the Japanese command surrenders and signs the ultimate surrender on top of the USS Missouri on September 2nd of 1945, known as VJ Day, Victory over Japan. And the Missouri was reconditioned as one of the ships that was attacked during Pearl Harbor, and which is why we chose that ship to have the Japanese sign their surrender. So this week, the assignment is simple. You're going to go through looking at different aspects of the Manhattan Project, and then ultimately looking at the debate over whether or not the U.S. was justified in dropping the atomic bombs on Japan. It's really just one assignment, but it's fairly involved, which is why there's only one assignment this week. All right. I'm in the process of cleaning up grades for the third marking period. We are heading into the fourth marking period, which is hard to believe. But if you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.